Now that we have done the UI part for our application, here comes a really important part, which is like creating the function that would actually contain the code for using our machine learning model, which in then would provide the total, like the output for our app, like what it really does. It all depends on that function's output that it gives out. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is to use those machine learning model. So let's just give it a name. We can just name it anything. I'm just naming it calculated price. It's totally up to you like what to name it. And we are creating this function inside our structure, make sure of that, but outside our body property, since functions don't conform to the view protocol. So we are doing this inside a do catch block. So let's just create a constant with the same name as our ML model, and I'm telling you this is important, and you just have to attach this thing as well, output. Now now that you have done this much, now we would write this method, which is try model dot prediction, which is kind of a structure since it has a initializer of its own, and it's asking us to write down the different values. So like since it's in the type string, so we can just use string, and inside bracket we can give out the state property names that we have used, which actually refers to the value. As I may have told you, like since we are using two-way binding, so when we like select anything inside a picker, the value of that state property actually changes to what is selected inside the picker inside our UI view, and that the value stores the actual property. So that is why we are using those values inside of this method, the value calculating for this constant. Now Swift is throwing us an error and is saying that you are not using a catch block. So obviously let's just fix that issue as well. It's not really something. Even if you leave the catch block completely empty, it's still fine, like it still works. But we will sure add some code in there as well. But for now let's just create a block, and like we would do something about it. So you can just leave a comment like we will come back to it later or something else. So I hope you understand that how this do let the Audi car output constant is working. It's actually using that prediction capability of our model, and then it's taking in inputs that we have created just now using those state properties. And since those state properties change as the user interacts with our application, it select different options, then those state properties keeps on storing those things. And now we just created a new constant which is of the name price, which actually you saw that when I was writing this code, it Swift automatically suggested me the price component from this Audi output constant. That means it holds the value of our output. So now the output is inside price. We need to find a way to how to show it inside our application, that we would do in the next lesson.